What's going on, guys? I'm back and I'm black, but I'm just joking. But yeah, so I'm back with another video. Today we're gonna talk about the iPad 6th generation. This baby right here. Love this baby. It's fucking, excuse my language, sorry. It's good. This is not no iPad Pro because I can't afford no iPad Pro. You know, I mean, I make alright money, but like, yeah, ain't nobody spending like $1,000, $2,000 on that. You got me, you know, you got me messed up. But anyway, we're gonna talk about the good, the bad, the ugly. You already know the deal. Also, wanted to say sorry for the hiatus, for being out for so long. Had, you know, been busy doing other things that I'm obligated to do, that I have to do, so I don't have time to make videos like I used to. But like I said, and I keep on promising this, but never come through. But I'm gonna try and make as many videos as I can. But yeah, let's get to it. Let's get to this review of this baby right here. Enjoy. Even though the A10 Fusion chip made its debut in 2016 with the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus, it's still a very good and capable chipset. The only reason why Apple put an older chipset in the iPad, the regular iPad, was because this is Apple's budget model iPad, which means it's cheap. For a long time, Apple has always been in the premium price range with the iPad Pro line and previous iPads, but this is Apple's way for getting into the budget market. The A10 chip was Apple's first in-house designed quad-core SoC with 2 high-performance cores and 2 energy-efficient cores. Gaming is smooth on the iPad as I am able to play games like Fortnite, Asphalt 9, and other graphic-intensive games with no problem. Multitasking is buttery smooth, and opening apps is a breeze. Trust me, this chip and iPad will not disappoint you. Starting at $329, the iPad 6th generation gives more bang for its buck. Sure, you're not getting top-of-the-line specs like Apple's premium line of Pro tablets, but you're definitely getting a lot at this competitive price point. And here's the thing, there aren't any competitors at all that come even close to the iPad. There isn't one single competitor, not even Samsung, that can compete with the iPad. As far as Android tablets is concerned, they all pretty much suck. Only thing is that the plus side for Android tablets is that they bring customization, and that's about it. But anyway, that's for another time. It's literally, other than that, it's literally the only good tablet for less than $500 on the market right now. Literally. This year, Apple added Apple Pencil support to its budget iPad. This will be the first iPad that is a non-Pro model to include this feature. Honestly, the Apple Pencil is a great addition. The responsiveness on the Apple Pencil is just about the same as it is on 12.9-inch iPad Pro, so you're not missing out on anything as far as performance. The only thing you're missing out on is the Smart Connector, which is pretty much on the Pro version of the iPads. The Smart Connector is used to charge the Apple Pencil or to connect to accessories such as the Apple Smart Keyboard cover. The speakers on the 2018 iPad are decent at best. They're bottom firing, so you're not going to get that rich sound that you would expect from, like, say, the iPad Pro. There are 2 speaker grills on the bottom, just like last year's iPad. So if you're looking for a tablet with great sounding speakers, then you can upgrade to the 9.7-inch iPad Pro. That's what I would recommend, instead of, you know, because it's a little bit cheaper. Instead of getting that $1,000 or more iPad Pro with the nice display, 120 hertz display. No, just go simple with it. You don't need to spend all that money, you know, unless you got it. Then by all means, go ahead. The iPad 6th generation isn't just fast by the numbers. From the benchmarks, it's also fast in everyday use. Expected with all iPads, the new iPad is super quick. On that Geekbench, the newer iPad hits around 3254 on the single core score and around 5857 in the multi-core score. Compared to last generation's iPad, which had scores of 2457 for single core and 3925 for multi-core. In GPU tests, the 6th generation iPad was way faster than the 5th generation iPad with a score of 12,896 to last year's iteration, which had a score of 10,560. Not bad for an iPad that had pretty much a 2-year-old SoC cooped up inside of it. So, remember, it's not all about the newest chip inside the iPads, or any device for that matter. Yeah. The battery life on the iPad 2018 is excellent. I've never had any issues with the battery life on this iPad. With my light to moderate usage, I can easily get 3 to 4 days in between charges. But with heavy usage, I get about 8 to 10 hours of battery, which is about what Apple says you'll get. If you're looking for a laptop replacement, your best bet is probably going to be the iPad Pro 10.5 inch, but for regular day-to-day tasks like watching a movie on the train or the plane or just kicking it back and playing a game or two, this iPad is perfect for the job. For me, I get around almost 4 hours of on-screen time, and that's moderate usage with the brightness at 100%. 100. Full brightness. If I turn the brightness down or use auto brightness, then I'll probably get about 5 hours of on-screen time, maybe more. So yeah, this iPad in the battery department is second to none. The 2018 iPad is almost identical to last year's model. Both the 2017 and 2018 iPad are kind of like hybrids of the iPad Air and iPad Air 2. They're both 9.7 inches, 6.6 inches wide, just over a quarter of an inch thick, and just a hair over 1 pound. Basically what that means is that all your accessories that were made for the original iPad Air will fit the iPad 6th generation, 2018. The camera setup is the same as last year, and the year before that, and the year before that. That means you're getting an 8 megapixel camera that records 1080p video, and 1.2 megapixels for the front-facing camera that records in 720p. Mind you, it's 2019. Let me just put it like this. The cameras are horrendous. They just are. There's nothing good about these cameras on the iPad. They're not for taking pictures or video. That's not what the iPad is made for. Unless you want to go with the Pro series. It's fine for the occasional casual use, but make sure you take your pictures in well-lit environments. It doesn't do good in low-light situations. The 2018's iPad screen is the same resolution as the iPad Air 2 and the iPad Pro 9.7 inch, but there are a few key differences. All the newer iPads Apple has released in the past few years have laminated displays, which means that the screen is bonded to the glass, which leaves no gap in between them. Not the case for this iPad. Sure, it saves Apple money on the manufacturing side, but you're not getting that seamless experience that the other pricier iPads give you. With that being said, if you hate that hollow thunking sound that comes with tapping the non-laminated screen, this isn't the iPad for you. Another feature that was asked to cut costs on this iPad was the anti-glare coating for the screen. Although this iPad is brighter at 500 nits compared to older models at 400 nits, reflections that won't really give a hard time with iPads with anti-glare coating will really make you struggle to see what is on the screen for this iPad. The 2018 iPad looks identical to the first generation iPad that debuted in 2010. As far as major design changes, the only product Apple has changed as far as looks is the iPhone, with the iPhone X being the first to change the design language of Apple's iPhone lineup. Before that, Apple kept the same chassis for their iPhone from the iPhone 6 and 6 Plus to the iPhone 8 and 8 Plus, but added little subtle changes along the way, but nevertheless, it looked the same no matter how you looked at it. And the same thing goes for the iPad, except that the iPad lineup hasn't really changed the design at all, and it's been nearly 10 years. Sure, Apple has made noticeable design changes with the iPad Pros, but for the iPads, the regular iPads, the cheap, they look the same through and through. Speaking of design, why does the iPad in 2019 still have thick bezels? It's 2019. Come on. I understand that Apple had to cut corners, but at the same time, it's 2019, and thick bezels on any electronic device should be a crime, unless it has usefulness. But other than that, other than the bezels, it's still a solid iPad. The 2018 iPad is equipped with Apple's first-gen Touch ID sensor. I understand that Apple had to cut costs, like I said throughout this whole video. I understand completely Apple had to cut costs with this iPad since the audience Apple is trying to target are people looking for the Apple experience but on a budget. But come on, Apple. You could have threw in a slightly faster second-gen Touch ID sensor. It wouldn't have hurt. Hopefully, the 7th-gen iPad will include that, or at least a first-gen Face ID sensor. But that's far-fetched wishful thinking. Wishful thinking. If you're looking for a laptop replacement, your best bet is probably going to be the iPad Pro 10.5 inch. But for regular day-to-day tasks like watching a movie on the train or the plane, this iPad is perfect for the job. If you're a college student on a budget and don't want to spend too much on a laptop replacement or a media consumption device, the iPad 6th Gen is for you. Trust me, you're not going to miss out much if you get the regular iPad instead of the iPad Pros. All you're missing out with the iPad Pros is Apple Pencil 2 support, Face ID, better cameras which no one uses on an iPad to take pictures or videos, a faster A12X chip, and a slightly better, bigger screen with smaller bezels. Honestly, it's not worth paying $200 to $400 more for all that unless you have the money to blow. Alright guys, that is the end of my video. Please leave a like if you guys like the video, of course. If you guys have any comments about my video, if you guys have any suggestions, feel free to put it in the comment section. I'm going to try and make more videos, but like I said, I think I said this before, but yeah. What I do, I just don't have enough time to put out videos consistently. So, like I said, I'll try. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.